Welcome to Pro Tour Golf College. I'm David Milne. What I'd like to be able to demonstrate for you today is where you've just missed the green. You're just in the light rough, just off the green. The lie is not a bad lie, but it's really important to know how to play this shot, because you then can anticipate the type of spin that you're going to have. Overspin, no spin, or even a little bit of backspin sometimes, depending on what grooves you're using. But again, I'm using the conforming grooves here, so obviously the spin on these clubs right now have been reduced greatly. So we've got to learn how to play this shot here and be able to anticipate, as I said, does the ball land and take off, or does it land and release gently to the hole, especially when the hole is really close to where you are. So as we can see here, the ball is halfway down in this little light rough here, and the one key thing that you've got to be careful of, unless you're going to gouge it out and make the ball roll out to the pin, is not to get too much shaft lean, as I see a lot of golfers have. When you have too much shaft lean, you're obviously taking loft off, and also when you do hit the ball, you're going to get a lot more grasp between club face and ball. That fills up the grooves, and the ball can jump on you and run out a lot more than you expect. That means you're not going to make the next putt to save your par or make a birdie on a par 5. So, you know, with this shot here, I think the key factor with this one here is you need to ensure that you don't have too much lean. The shaft is leaning ever so slightly towards the target. It's a similar sort of grip. Ball is played pretty much in the center, and what you need to do with this shot here is to make sure that when you come through that you're not too flippy with the wrist, because that's going to make the club turn over and pull the ball with a little bit of overspin again. So making sure that when you play this shot that you keep your wrists nice and firm. We're hitting slightly down. There's not a lot of follow through, and we're just going to pop the ball up, and it's going to just move and run forward towards the hole. Ball pretty much center, slight shaft lean, and we're just going to go. So as we can see there, the ball popped up nicely. It didn't take off on me, and more importantly right now is I'm going to give myself a chance to be able to convert the next putt. So just a couple of points for you to take away with you today from being able to play the shot just out of the little light rough around the greens. Remember, ball pretty much in the center. What you want to do right now is to make sure we're nice and firm with the wrists. We're going to hit slightly down on the ball and make sure that we are staying nice and aggressive through the ball. As you can see, I have anticipated the amount of flight and roll to match up to the distance where I want to land the ball, the landing spot, and the rollout, so that it gives me a chance then to make it up and down with my next putt. So observing some of this, practicing some of the stuff we're doing here is going to make you a better golfer to get the ball up and down and score low.